Senator, one of the big criticisms about this bill is the process, making sweeping changes to the bill at the last minute, some of them handwritten in the margins of the bill, voting on it, even though some Democrats voted on an effort just to have a couple days to read the bill. Listen to your colleague, Senator Elizabeth Warren from Massachusetts.
They have just released the tax bill. It is about 500 pages, and they want us to vote on this thing in about an hour. An hour. I spent more than an hour making a decision about the refrigerator that we recently bought. They're sending around their edits as we speak. Edits.
Another Democratic Senator, John Tester, said that there was one page of handwritten text, I think it's the same that Warren was showing there, that he couldn't even read. Were you able to read the entire bill before you voted on it?
I went through the entire bill. I'm not going to say I read every single letter on every single page, because 470 pages in its last hour, I did not read 470 pages. But have I read every aspect of that bill before it was fused together? The answer is yes. We have had the chance over the last 3 years since I've been on the committee to work on every aspect of the bill. The question that they're actually addressing is not whether or not you've read the bill, it's whether you've read the bill in its current form. But if you take every component piece of the bill, yes, we've had 3 years of meetings, hearings, and committee hearings around those issues. And the difference between the hearings that we've had during the committee and then the committee working its way through subgroups over the last 3 years is very important. So we had 5 subgroups working on every aspect of that bill that came together in the last hour. But that last hour was not the accumulation of new information. It was the culmination of 3 years of meetings, hearings, and hard work by committee members that may not agree on every aspect of the bill, but we certainly knew what was in that bill long before the last pages were printed.
Well, you're saying that you knew what most of it was, but not necessarily the additions that were added to the bill in the last hour or two. I'm old enough to remember the '86 tax cut bill. It took 15 months. I'm just wondering, I mean, just as a simple yes or no, I mean, was this the process that you had hoped for, to have all these changes made at the last minute?
Well, Jake, I'll say it this way. The last hearing that we had was a 23-hour hearing. We had 63 Democrat amendments that were offered. The suggestion that this was not done in the light of day, and the last-minute changes as they talk about them were last-minute changes that had been envisioned for weeks. We knew at the end that there would be dials that were changed. So here's an example. We increased helping small businesses by about 2.4%. That happened in the last hour or so, but that had been envisioned for the last 10 days because we had been talking about that. So we had another amendment by Senator Rubio to increase the child tax credit. Had that happened on the floor, that would have been a last-minute change, but that was something else that had been envisioned. So there were no new ideas, no new opportunities, simply opportunities that had been envisioned that were going to be voted yes or no on the floor and then fused into the final product. The suggestion that we had so little time to take a look at 500 pages is inconsistent with truth.